It's 3 o'clock in the morning, and sweet zombie Jesus, I am in dire need of caffeine. Welcome to Coffee Thoughts. So when I was about 8 or 9 years old, I decided I was tired of getting dressed up to go to church. And I figured it was just something I was going to have to do for the rest of my life, because I had a brother who was 12 years older, and I had a sister who was 9 years older than me, and they were still dressing up to go to church. So if they were still doing it, I was obviously still going to have to do it. And I was not pleased about this because I didn't like the extra effort. I didn't want to dress up. So finally, one day I decided I was going to ask my dad about it. So I went to my dad, and I'll never forget, the man was shaving. So, he's in the bathroom, looking in the mirror, doing the shaving thing. And so finally I told him I had a question. And he said, okay, what is it? And I said, Dad, does God care what we wear to church? And the minute I asked the question, my dad looked into the mirror and just, and he said no. So then I said, can I wear shorts and a t-shirt? Now, my dad liked to dress nice, and he wished that I would like to dress nice too. So he was very disappointed, but said, yeah. And my brother and sister were completely pissed. They were like, you don't have to dress up anymore? And I was like, nope. They said, what'd you do? I said, I asked the right question, apparently. But that was one thing about my dad. My dad was a priest, but he encouraged us to think for ourselves. He encouraged us to ask questions. Now, he didn't always like the fact that we asked the questions, or he didn't necessarily like the questions that we asked. Like, he didn't want to answer the question about God caring about what we wore to church. But he was honest with me and said no, because he doesn't. It's just really unfortunate and sad to me that most Christians, at least most of them that I find on any social media, were not raised to question things at all. Any institution that just bristles when questioned every time probably isn't one that you should be a part of. I swear, one of the most annoying things about politicians is the fact that they always have to tell us all about their faith, like I care. I don't care what your faith is. I don't care what your beliefs are. I just want to know how you're going to make things better for people. And when an elected official is asked about their plan for something or their idea about something, and they say they have to pray on it, and it's not so much that I mind them needing to pray on it. It's the fact that after they pray on it, they say that God spoke to them. And it's like, pump the brakes on that particular kind of language, man, because it sounds delusional. Like, I believe that God speaks to me through other people and things that he puts in my life. I don't think that he's talking to me directly through my brain. And if you think that he is, I would highly recommend that you go see a doctor, a medical professional. Here's the thing, Christians. God is not talking to you directly, but his children are, and they're asking for help. And typically, when they ask for help, you say no, and it's not very Christian. So stop doing it. Loving your neighbor as yourself has nothing to do with judging them or making them feel like shit or trying to make their life more difficult. I'm Farley, and this has been Coffee Thoughts. And remember, until next time, try to be mindful of and responsive to the needs and the feelings of others, or at the very least, try not to be a full-blown douchebag, okay?